In this session we're going to be looking at eyes, and eyes have been described as the windows of the soul. So we're going to look to try and capture character and expression and life and vitality, and to make a rounded form rather than just an almond-shaped eye just stuck on. So first of all, put your fingers over your eyes and feel what's there. And you'll be able to feel a round ball, just like a sheep's eye in the butcher, if you've ever seen such a thing. You might think of it as being disgusting, but we've got exactly the same kind of eye. Now this eye has an opening, the skin opening, and the shape of your skin opening will be determined by your genetic heritage. And in the centre of it is your coloured iris, the coloured pupil, the black pupil in the middle, and the coloured iris. And both eyes will move together, and we've got various suggestions and tips for how to make them focus. So the first exercise is for you to draw your own eyes and to use a mirror, and then you can quite closely study what you have. So bearing in mind we have these round shapes, we're going to put a round circle, and our eyes are generally one eye width apart. So if we write 3 circles and then rub the centre one out, we'll have our eyes generally about the correct spacing. Now we're going to look at the shape of the eye, and we're going to be looking for the tear duct, and we're going to look at the outer corner. So if I look at my model, I'll see the tear duct is down here and the upper corner is up here, and the shape of the top lid comes up here, and now it's going almost straight across and then a little bit down at this end. The shape of the bottom lid will be quite different. It's straighter along here, quite round in this portion here, and then it's going to tuck up into this corner, generally just inside the upper lid. The outer lid will tuck in there. Now at this point, cross over and do your other eye, because you'll probably find that your eyelids are slightly different, one on each side. But Fiona's eyes are relatively regular. This one's quite straight on the top there, and then come down. And we're quite round this side and through here. So that's our general shape of Fiona's eyelids. Now if we look at the eye, the coloured portion of the eye, what you're looking for now, if we're going to make eyes look exactly at you, is the shape from the coloured portion of the eye to the edge, and this shape to here. That will help you get a likeness. Now we're going to look at the lid, and Fiona's lids is more obvious on this section through here and tapers down there. So now I can rub out my circles. Rub out the one on this side. And coming down to this side. A little bit more of the lid obvious on here, and then less on there. So that's the basic shape that we're looking at. We also want to look at the eyebrow. The eyebrow will be, interestingly enough, feathery on top until it gets to the halfway point. The halfway point normally being directly above the eyeball, and then it changes direction and it becomes feathery underneath. It's there to collect dust. Very clever invention. And on women, the eyebrow is normally more arched. Then on men, men's eyebrows are normally a little lower. So that's that shape that we're looking at. Now we're going to look at the shadows on the eye, because this is what's going to create the sense of roundness. the eyelids, or the eyelashes rather, are going to cast a shadow on the top portion of the eye. So it's only going to be the bottom section which is going to be lit. And it's also, very rarely is it going to actually be pure white. Only in young children who haven't been exposed to any pollutants are the eyeball white. It gets yellower as we get older. So it's probably going to be fairly grey, apart from where the light's striking it directly. So if we shadow a little off on this side here, there's a cast shadow underneath from the lashes on the top here, and there's a little bit of shadow there. And this is the section through here that's receiving the most light on Fiona's eye, on the white. On this side here, it's a lot more in shadow, and here, and it's only a little section up the top that's catching the light on it. Now if we look at what happens with the light is it comes through here and it passes through the cornea, and there's a reflection of it on this side. So this part is actually lighter on this side through here. So there'll be a little highlight over here, and then there'll be darker, and then there'll be a version of that lighter part just over here. On some people there's quite a dark rim around the edge of the eye. On others, the paler eyes, it's not necessarily so noticeable. And you want to do both eyes at the same time, as I mentioned, because it's quite hard to make them look as though they're related to each other unless you're doing both at the same time. A little bit of highlight over here, leave it a bit clear. Not so much light coming through this eye, so there's that reflection through the other side isn't so noticeable. Now, for the eyelashes, you're not going to draw them as separate individual hairs or lashes, because that tends to make it look rather artificial. You're just going to draw the block of whatever you can see. So there might be a few lashes that you can see in profile generally, and on the side there's a few I can see just coming out through here, but the rest I'm looking at them front on, so I'm just going to see it as a dark mess. I'm going to look at making shading, and for the socket, the eye socket, which will normally be lighter on the area under the brow. And look at the lower eyelid, and we'll shade that. So this is where this shaping is coming around, which will be quite important for once you're actually doing a painting. And on this side, similarly, the tear duct part is a little lighter, and when you're painting these parts you can make them quite pink on the inside because there's very good circulation around the eyes. So the main thing that we're trying to do with the eyes is get that sense of roundness across here and across this way as well, so that you're getting that spherical sense rather than it just being a little almond cut out.